Okay, I'm just gonna move this to the side. Okay. So this is my website. It's called Comm Compass. And today I will be presenting about this application that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. So this is just the table of contents. Today I'll be going over an introduction of my application, the problem statement, real-world insights, the solution that we came up with based on the problem statement, a demonstration of the actual application, and a final thank you and room for questions. So the introduction. My project, called Comm Compass, is an AI-powered input-based intelligence tool that analyzes the mental health of the user. Rather than just focusing on stress levels the user may be facing, it also analyzes the application sleep tracker. One of our most important features of Comm Compass is that it can point out critical words that indicates the problem is very serious and may even put the user's life in danger. Comm Compass was built for many different use cases. Some of the primary ones are it being a mental health companion, providing recommendations, as well as discussing serious concerns of the user. So the problem statement. In a recent study by the United Health Group, 54% of young adults and a near 70% of college students reported having experienced mental or behavioral health concerns over the past year. This stress was caused by two main categories, one being academics and the other being social media. So in academics, there is continuous academic pressure, especially in competitive environments, not only targeted to high school students, but also university students or even in work environments that can build up stress. This stress is often normalized and goes unnoticed, and it can significantly impact a person's self-esteem and their future choices as well, whether that's behavioral or it could extend to every other area of their life. For social media stress is one that has been building up for the past few decades, expanding. It continues to expand the extent of its impact on users as well. People often are exposed to negative content, making them feel overwhelmed or panicked or have a decrease in their, again, self-esteem and confidence, often with the feeling that they aren't doing enough and may appear to the rest of the world as falling behind because of the high standards that we have in today's society. Stress and mental health is a problem that has told on the confidence and esteem that aspiring scholars should carry with them every day, and even so, a good portion of this affected population don't have the right people to consult this problem with. This problem may also arise if they feel like they would be judged for the feelings that they're experiencing, or even feeling that they aren't getting the right guidance and attention that may be critical in that moment. So Comm Compass helps to resolve this issue, providing a friendly counselor to guide the user through their emotions, offering creative recommendations in return. So real-world insights. Recent years have seen a significant, well-documented surge in stress among teenagers driven by academic pressure, social media, as I stated before, and even global concerns, leading to severe mental health crisis. Studies show that approximately 1 in 3 teenagers is expected to have an anxiety disorder just before the age of 18, with 40% of students reporting persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness in the past year. Elevated anxiety, depression, and depressive symptoms are increasingly common, with 20% of students having considered suicide in the past year and 9% actually attempting it. One of the special things about Comm Compass is that it doesn't only focus on the stress levels, but also derives patterns of stress from sleep patterns that the user may decide to input into the application. So based on sleep disruption, over 40% of youth report trouble sleeping due to stress. On top of the health center evidence that we were looking at on the last slide, Jane Pauley Community Health Center states that more than half of all people with a mental health concern do not seek help for their condition, often due to stigma from themselves and others. And on top of this, according to Beyond Blue, almost 1 in 3 people with a mental health condition that impacts their life are unlikely to reach out for support. So our solution. Comm Compass combines mental health counseling with a stress and sleep tracker using activity rings as a visual display. As you can see, these are the activity rings. The user can be more aware of their current mental state, which they can talk about their concerns to the chatbot who can then provide strong recommendations. With a crisis word detector built into the code, the chatbot will immediately add a pop-up to the bottom of the screen, encouraging the user to call 988 to reach a professional. This is actually what I took as a screenshot. So I inputted this statement into the chatbot, and its immediate response was suggesting that I call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at this number, or even text the crisis text line at this number. And on top of this, it also gives this pop-up recommending I consult a professional and call 988 immediately. Overall, Comm Compass turns a mess of thoughts in the user's mind and helps them unravel each cause of stress one by one. The assistive mindset that seems very therapeutic aids in providing companionship and solutions to the problems the user might have believed couldn't be solved before. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go to the application. Can you see my screen all right?
Yeah,
Okay. So this is my actual application, Comm Compass AI. As you can see, there's two different ways to access this. You can either log in through Google and have your data saved and you're signed in, or you can have direct access. For now, I will just do direct access. Okay, so our application is split between left and right, the left side being the chatbot companion and the right side being the data that you can input into the system. As you can see, this is the stress state slider. So if I increase this, you can actually click on Construct Cooldown Tactical Guide, which will give you a step-by-step process on how to consult the stress level that you might be feeling at that moment. And down here is a sleep pattern analytics area where you can input your deep sleep / REM index, and then it will process that sleep metric, either saying that you're not getting enough sleep, you're getting too much sleep, and how to consult that problem. So in this project, the original template of this was just the stress metric and action planner slider, as well as the chatbot companion. My individual contribution to this project was I felt that it was quite difficult for the user to see the amount of stress they might be facing in their life and how seriously it could be impacting essentially every other area of everything they do on a day-to-day basis. So I thought it would be beneficial if we added the activity rings. On top of this, I did also give the idea of the sleep pattern analysis, because sleep patterns are heavily affected by stress levels. So more data could be derived from that area as well in terms of recommendations that the chatbot could give to the user. So impact and future scope. So how do I know that this is going to be positive to this field and will actually impact people perhaps in the future? So as I stated before, I am a rising senior. I've gone through essentially 4 years of high school. I've met all sorts of students experiencing all sorts of stress levels. So I know firsthand how difficult it might be to take up so many responsibilities and being confined to a strict maintained routine in order to ensure success in future endeavors. With Comm Compass, I hope and I'm pretty confident that students that might face such issues can find a safe space to express their feelings and concerns while knowing that they won't be judged for the panic that they might be experiencing in their life. I hope this application contributes positively to the ongoing effort to mitigate teen self-harm and suicide rates that impact students around the world every single day. Thank you.